What is up, friends and fans? Jake here with some Metroid Prime scoops. Now, the details I'm sharing here are courtesy of Did You Know Gaming, so please click the link in the description to hear their full reporting surrounding the early development of Metroid Prime. It is some great stuff. Among the Easter eggs, unused ideas, and original concepts, I was particularly interested to hear that Metroid Fusion was not originally part of Nintendo's plan for the franchise. So according to John Whitmore, the original lead developer of Metroid Prime at Retro, there seemed to be a lack of enthusiasm from Nintendo about Prime and Metroid in general. John claimed that Nintendo's Miyamoto was willing to have Retro even work on Prime because it was not a franchise that he himself had created. According to John, Miyamoto did not care if they killed it. Intense! But after Prime footage made the rounds at Space World 2000, a surprising amount of hype was generated. So much so that Nintendo decided to produce Metroid Fusion and release that game on the Game Boy Advance on the same day that Prime released on GameCube. So, thanks to enthusiasm from fans, there did end up being quite a push for Metroid. It does make you wonder how much of that hype is pushing Nintendo towards new games in the franchise today. Nintendo knows we're excited for Metroid Prime 4, so surely we'll hear about it any day now, right? Getting back to the video, Retro technically operating outside of Nintendo, it was interesting to hear about the two reacting, responding, and working together. James H. Dargy, an art modeler on Metroid Prime, remembered the reveal of the Nintendo GameCube less than favorably. He said the team at Retro was expecting a console and controller similar to that of the PS2, and his reaction to Nintendo's little purple box was not exactly love at first sight.
The GameCube, it's not even a cube, so that's a problem for me just with my OCD. Like, if you're gonna call something a cube, make it a cube.
Listen, James, I get it. It has the physical handle on one end and the little bump, the love handle bit where the ports and the memory card goes, and I get that the dimensions of the system are not exactly a cube, but come on, that's a cube! Speaking of aesthetics, we learned from Jim Warnell, the Nintendo of America artist who made Metroid Prime's logo, that it went through 53 iterations and, at the time, was the most expensive logo Nintendo ever produced. I understand that art is hugely collaborative and an iterative process in general, but 53 iterations? Like, what did they do? Did they type out the word Metroid and just change the font? Like a dozen times? No. That's the one! Book it, ship it, that's the one, baby! But really, the logo was so beloved that Jim went on to design the logos for many other Metroid games. So, way to go, Jim. Lastly, I need to shout out this fact because it is something that I'm sure Metroid fans have thought about. Apparently, there were plans for Metroid Prime 3 to include much more actual bounty hunting activities for Samus to participate in. Developers at Retro suggested there was a fair amount of pushback from Nintendo on these missions, and through talking with their translator, came to the conclusion that, though Nintendo had been calling Samus a bounty hunter for many years, they did not completely understand what that term meant. They saw her more as an adventurous space hero. So just, from now on, put bounty hunting out of your mind. We're spacefaring, baby. And that is going to do it from me. Again, remember to check out the full video using the link below from Did You Know Gaming if you want to hear more behind-the-scenes talk concerning the Metroid Prime games. And for everything else games, you're already in the right place, so just let us explain. We will see you next time. Goodbye.